Welcome back. This time we're giving you some tips on how to approach people in the street. When it comes to approaching people on the streets, there isn't one golden rule. From speaking to our co-producers from all around the world, everyone has their own different way that works for them. However, what we found works best in the UK and in Germany is something like this.
Entschuldigung, wir machen hier einen Sprachkurs. Können Sie mir kurz helfen?
People actually find it pretty hard to reject someone who needs help. That's always a good tactic to keep in mind. You'll very quickly find that people don't really have time. So if you ask a question like, excuse me, can I borrow you for 2 minutes? Or do you have time to answer a couple of questions? Doesn't really work. Everyone always has a very easy excuse, even if they're clearly standing there waiting for a bus which isn't coming.
Entschuldigung, haben Sie etwas Zeit, ein paar Fragen zu beantworten? Okay, kein Problem, danke.
Most people can be persuaded a little if you stay friendly and polite and explain what the project is for, then usually they'll be happy to take part. However, if they really don't want to, then you just have to respect their wishes and say, never mind, thanks anyway.
Sorry.
Kein Problem, tschüss.
We'll send you a template for a small card that you can print out and give to everyone who you interview. Therefore, if anyone does change their mind and would not like to be in your video, they can send you an email within a few days and you can make sure that they're not in the final footage. And now it's over to someone who I'm sure you'll recognise, our very popular co-producer, Manuel from Germany. He is here to give you 5 top tips on approaching people in the street.
All right, hello. I'm on a bridge in Berlin, which we've almost gotten thrown off of because people are really concerned. But here are my 5 tips about talking to strangers on the street that I'm giving to you for free. Number 1, pretend you're talking to old friends. I like to pretend that the people I'm talking to are just old friends that I'm running into, and I'm just happy to see them, and it's just a fun way to start a conversation. So that mindset really helps. Second of all, concentrate on the people that you see that you would like to talk to, because the awesome thing is that you have a microphone, you have a camera, and people think you're legitimate, and you are legitimate, so you can talk to anyone. So concentrate on beautiful people, people that exhibit like they have something to say, that look interesting. Focus on those people. Third, you have to be really persistent. Even that being said, even if you are super open and super nice and curious, a lot of people just won't talk to you because they have other things to do. That's fine. Be persistent, take your time, take a few hours to talk to people, and you'll find that after a few hours you have some really good conversations on tape. So you can be picky when you edit later. Fourth, I don't think you should start off by asking for permission. I like to just ask a question, and then that was a train, and then we'll wait for the train to go by. Start with a question, ask them what was your most beautiful moment in life, and then you can always explain yourself later. You can always explain what we're doing later, but get people into a mode where they have to start thinking about what you just said. And last but not least, once you're talking, keep digging. The question that you have prepared is not the point. It's a way to start a conversation. So don't be like, hey, I have this question for you. The person answers the question and then you're like, thank you, bye. No. Once you get the answer, keep digging, keep talking to them. Share things about yourself. Share your own opinion, your own story. Get into a conversation, because that's when the fun happens and all the magic happens. So don't ask your question and then leave. Ask your question, and once you get an answer, keep digging, keep answering, keep engaging them in a conversation, and you can have long conversations, 5-10 minute conversations, and funny things will happen, I promise.
So Manuel made a great point there. It's really important that you don't just kind of go with the safe, boring questions. Be adventurous, think of random things, and be confident, because it's the unpredictable topics which always come out best. So now one final tip from me. I would always recommend to not film your introduction at the beginning before you start interviewing people. That's because as you start talking to people on the streets, you'll actually find that your question might change a little bit depending on what's working best. So I'd recommend doing the introduction maybe in the middle or at the end of your filming session, because then you'll know exactly what you've asked everyone. So thanks for watching. Here is the full playlist, and here is the next one. where we'll be talking to you about how to use the microphone properly. And also which mistakes you really need to avoid. Okay, see you then.